Alright, we're streaming, everybody. No more low-level stuff. Looks like there is an outpost attack. 6 minutes. I might as well just stay here. I'm currently listening to something on my phone, so I can't actually hear the game or anything, but, I'm still playing. Blindside's doing his, like, dailies on other games. He is gonna get on. He had to smoke his green stuff. So yeah, once he's done doing all that, he'll be getting on. I think, unless he changed his mind. He did say he had allergy problems today. But yeah, don't forget. Also, yeah, don't forget. Work on a game. So I want to do art commissions, but I think if I finish that game, I start mastering GD script because I'm getting really good at it. I can recreate a lot of the stuff I learned from just memory, and I can rewrite it in multiple different ways too, for multiple different purposes. Pronounced that weirdly. I think the trick is getting around for GD script. It's the even if the node exists, that's not enough. When like instantiating or referencing a node, it really needs to be readied somehow, either preloaded or on ready. Like it needs to exist in code first before anything else. Like even if it exists on start, so let's say after ready, it doesn't exist on ready, it exists after ready, that's not enough. Like it has to have a proper reference before that, otherwise it's just gonna fail. Unless you use find node, but that's not a good habit because it's not like really good for performance, because it's going to search the entire scene for that node, and that's not conductive. I don't think that's good for multiplayer, because I want to make multiplayer games, co-op games specifically. I don't really want to do PvP. Like, I may make it optional, but I don't really want to do PvP unless it's like a take-turn strategy game. I mean, I do PvP, but real time I don't really want to do PvP. There's just too many factors, limitations I should say, because you got latency and lag. So, like I could probably make a good PvP game, but then it'll bring the try-hard, sweaty boy crowd, and I don't really want to associate with that crowd because they're toxic losers, and I hate them. So, not really interested in that. Like, I like PvP, it's fun. But the competitive scene is just toxic as hell. There's too much toxic pride. People make the competition the only thing about themselves. So when they lose, their whole persona falls apart and they fucking lose their shit. Because that's their only personality trait, is being an asshole and being good at a game. I'm generalizing a little bit, but yeah, I care more about immersion. Immersion is number one. Number one is immersion. Number two would be story, which I see those things as two completely different things. So like Minecraft, for example, is really high on the immersions factor, just because it's like, you know, you see a cave and you're like, oh, I want to explore that cave, even though mechanically you might already know what the game has to offer, but for some reason it just has that immersive appeal to just want to explore regardless. Because it's like, whoa, how's this cave Is it going to end, or is it going to just dead end? Is it going to take me somewhere else? Who knows? I mean, that's mostly to do with the algorithm that makes the world up. Which I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to be doing something different. I'm going to be hand making my levels, but I still, there's more to immersion than just the level design. There's like, you know, the culture, the believability of the cultures. I should say, yeah, cultures, because we're usually not one. You know, consistent art design, the characters, how well they're written. Like, it makes you feel like you're in a fantasy world. It helps with the suspension of disbelief. So that's why that's number one for me. That's the most important part. Story is second, because you could make a sloppy, awful story and people will still like it, and there's nothing wrong with that. Because, like, you know, I mean, there's no, this story is better than that story, unless it's trying to present itself as something else. Like, if it's not honest about what it is, that's a problem, because it's misleading. But, like, if you want to make a stupid story, I shouldn't say stupid, but, like, a simple, and I don't want to say instantly gratifying either, we'll just say simple story. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Granted, I don't do simple. I like very complex shit. My D&D campaign, that was one of the downsides to my campaign, was that it was very overwhelming for new players, because they get to see what my veteran players were doing, and it was just like, it was really stressful. I had no comedic relief. Not really. I mean, there was like some funny parts and some funny characters, but everything was very seriously toned, and there was always bad shit happening. Like, it was a very on the edge of your seats, it feels like the world is about to end kind of thing I was going for. But they overcame it. My veteran players did overcome it. It's on stream. Well, I mean, we took the streams down, but I have them. I downloaded them. And I'm gonna edit them at some point. Most likely when I start working on my third game, and people are probably tired of hearing that shit because I talk about it all the time, but because I haven't even finished one game technically, very technically. What was I gonna say? But yeah, that's not far from now, because the first game I'm gonna make is a roguelike third-person shooter. And that all those skills are transferable to the second and third game. The second and third game are basically the same game. Just one is more of a testing ground, so I can perfect the second game. I mean the third game. They are related to each other. The first game is literally just the first game, so I can learn how to GD script and, like, to make sure everything works. I'm losing my train of thought. So anyway, so yeah, immersion number one, because that helps with suspension of disbelief. Number two would be story, because that ties into that. Number three would be gameplay, because I'm a stickler for realism, which again ties into immersion, and because of that, my gameplay is going to suffer a little bit. Things that would be gamified and easy to do in other games would not be easy to do in my game. So, like, inventory management is probably going to be really tedious and very limiting, because I like it. It's kind of like a puzzle. That's how I'm going to design it. It's going to be like a puzzle. So, like, if you want to, like, that's so you can't do weird cheesy shit as well. So I consider it a plus for balancing, because you got people who can abuse the fuck out of inventory systems, because you can just pop them up real fast and switch to different items. Like, you're literally teleporting items onto your character because they're sweaty try-hard boys. In real life, you can't do that. Shit, even in fantasy games, like, you would have to cast a teleportation spell first. Which that would have, you would assume, some sort of telegraph. But it would depend on how powerful the spell is. If it's a really powerful teleportation spell, there'd be little to no telegraph, and it would be maybe the casting speed would be so fast that you'd barely notice. There's a lot of gray area because there's different levels and different tiers of fantasy magic. So you can't just blanket statement stuff because it's really complex. Which is why I'm speaking generally, like on the balance of things. Like generally speaking, players aren't that powerful right off the bat. And even if you even in games where you could get that kind of power, I thought I had 2 of these. Did I put it away like a dummy? Even in games where you can get that kind of power, it's still seen as like cheesy meta, and it's usually not liked. It's not well received. Huh. I thought I had one. Oh, I already made it. That's why I'm a dumbass. Okay, I saw that and I just thought it was an enhancer. He really needs to change the icons. Sorry, I was literally... The whole reason I got held up there wasn't because I was talking about shit. It was because I forgot that the crafting items don't have icons, proper icons. It's fucking using the same answer icon. But yeah, right now I'm trying to learn how to use GD script more fluently, so I don't have to constantly go back and forth between documentation. Or one thing I hate doing is copying my own code and then reusing it because I can't fucking remember. I hate that. So I'm trying to get around that because it's really annoying. But yeah, the next thing I'm practicing or working on is the node references. It's still a little confusing. I got the array down. I figured out arrays. It's related to referencing. That's a similar issue where an array is not going to work unless you have a proper reference. I mean, you can make pseudo references, but like I said, it's not as efficient, and you're more likely to get like a bug or a crash because it's too situational. Situational references, you can do them, but there's a lot of problems that occur if they're not done correctly. So like spawning something and then trying to reference the thing you spawned, and then the game crashes because it's not there, because whatever spawns it didn't spawn it for whatever reason. That you just crashed your game. So you'd have to put in an extra statement like, hey, if it's there, do this instead of just you know, I mean, it's basic shit. That's just one example. Another example is if you're trying to damn it, I'm trying to play a game. Now I'm not confusing myself. I'm losing my train of thought. I better get Discord up. So if he calls me, I'm not going to hear it. Shit. It's similar to what I just said, where like if you reference it and it's not there, the game crashes. Even if you fix that, there's another problem where I think it's like the the rate of referencing it, like you get this weird variance. It's hard to explain because I've only encountered it once, and it wasn't that big of an issue, but it was still an issue. It's a little buggy. It wasn't like it didn't break or crash the game. It was just inconsistent. But yeah, if your references aren't set up correctly, you could have perfectly working code, and you might blame it on that code, delete it and rewrite it like 10 times when that wasn't the problem. It was just the reference the whole time. So you got to be really, really on point with that. You got to really understand references and nodes, preloading assets. Make sure you do that right. Most of your assets are nodes, unless it's like a texture or something. That's not going to hurt nothing, because as long as it's not like being referenced by anything, the texture would just be plain, it'd just be null, and your character would be untextured. No big deal. But your nodes are important, because that's what your game runs on. That's like what determines what it is in the hierarchy. Without a node, it doesn't exist, and that is really important to grasp. And again, that is related to arrays, because you have to actually add it to, you have to append it, the node, to the array, which I didn't know that. I was just trying to load the nodes into the array on ready, and just doing it like direct, and I don't think you can do that. You have to append it, I believe. I could be wrong about that, but I tried doing it all the other ways. It wasn't working. It just kept saying it didn't exist until I appended it, and only after I think I either preloaded it or I had it on ready, and I referenced it as a unique path, because it was just too long and it looked hideous, so I had to do it that way. That's basically what you're supposed to do, unless you want to convert it manually. So, like, if you don't want to do it that way, you could just load it. You could load the full path in ready. I mean, it looks hideous, but you can do it there, and then put it inside of a declared variable if you don't like using the access as a unique path or whatever. I don't see any reason not to use the unique path. It's just too convenient. Like, I don't think it really changes anything either. It's just really convenient. I can't think of any downsides to it. Because you gotta use the path. You have to use paths. There's no way around it. Like, a path has to be used. However you use it's up to you. I think Blindside says allergies are too strong. He's probably not going to get on. I don't know yet. We'll see. I gotta buy more ammo. Not that kind of ammo. Jesus, this game is so fucking buggy. So once I sort that issue out, because I keep forgetting how to do it, because I got 2 projects I'm working on in Godot. I got the script tester project, and I have the Risk of Heresy project. The Risk of Heresy project is the actual game. I feel like I had to point that out. The script tester is a separate project where I'm basically reprogramming all the shit I just did, but from my own memory and from scratch, so it's not exactly the same. As a training exercise. And And that's important because when I do it that way, it's all the distractions from all the other things in the actual game are less distracting because I got so much shit in the game it's confusing. Like there's so many things. You got because even like just looking at the levels, all the things in the scene, it's overwhelming. So to have a separate project that's only specific thing. It uses programming graphics too, which just makes it a lot easier to understand.
This world's gone to crap.
It's just really nice. Alright, I got something over there. Oh, that's in the same block. Alright, yeah, but I'm having fun. I think everybody should try scripting, coding, because it's like a puzzle, but you're building it as you're solving it. It's really fun. I'll probably do some more programming after this. So close. So freaking close. Because once I smooth and iron out all the problems I'm having, like I've solved most of them, once it's smoothed out, I can create a workflow, and the workflow would just be doing the same thing over and over and over until it's done. So I already have a workflow for levels. I already have a workflow for animations and character design and rigging. All that has a workflow. The only thing left for my workflow is deciphering and attaching scripts because they have to be attached a certain way, and because of that, that affects how they need to be coded. So I have to figure out how I'm going to code it and how they need to be attached, because that affects both of those things together affect the workflow. Once I figure out how I'm going to attach them, after figuring out how to code them, then I can create a workflow. Once I create a workflow, that just makes things faster. It's just boom, 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 boom. Right? Once you create one template for all your characters, then you can create a workflow for all your characters, and it's just like way faster. So you just copy paste, change your settings because it's modular. You want to design it modularly, and then just bam, 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 bam. And if you need to add more, you can, because you can see clearly now you have a workflow, so it's easier to modulate. It's like, okay, I already know how this works, but I need new functionality, so you just add a new script where you need it. Wow, that is right behind me. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I love it. I think I like GD script more than C#, just because I don't know. It's hard to explain. Because I think in hindsight, I think C# might actually be easier to learn, just because it doesn't use signals. The signal thing is really confusing. I mean, unless you use it the way people do in tutorials, where they go to the signal tab and they just click attach or connect, like they do it manually through the inspector. I hate that because I don't understand what's going on. I need to understand what the fuck is going on. I don't like manually. Not only that, not only do I not like doing that, but if you had a complicated character with multiple signals on it, you'd have to manually connect that every single time you needed to make a change that was significant, like a redesign or something like that. And that's just a pain. The thought of going in and clicking every single one of them is just fucking makes me want to blow my brains out. So I needed to understand it so I could code it, hard code the connections, because if you hard code the connections, you can use arrays, and then you could just automatically do it. Like, you don't have to do it yourself. It'll just do it for you, which is how it should be, I think. I love doing that. Oh my god. Arrays, originally I said floats was my favorite data. I think arrays are my favorite data now. I like arrays a lot. They just make everything so much easier. It's basically just like when you're copying. The best way to visualize it is imagine copying a bunch of files over to another folder, and then Windows is like overwrite all, and it's like, yes, please, thank you. I don't want to hit yes every single time. It's just like it, I don't want to say it automates it, because you still have to program it and tell it exactly how you want the array to do its thing. So, like, one example would be a collision setting. You need all these collision nodes to act a certain way. And we'll say there's like 10 of them. You create an array that references the parent node and then gets all of those 10 collision nodes. And then when you do that, you can access the properties of all those nodes and be like, all right, let's set everything in this array with that setting to this specific setting for that setting. So like maybe you want it like really heavy. You want it to make them really heavy. So you would get the setting for the mass for each of those nodes and then make it heavy. And that's just amazing. I love that. Yeah, instead of doing it manually for every single one. If you did it manually for every single one, that'd just be a nightmare. You'd have like, you need 10 different variable nodes for each node, collision node, and then you'd need another 10 for each setting node instead of like 4 lines of code. Like you could take 20 lines of code and turn it into 4, essentially. I mean, you can code it that way, and it would work just fine. You could have 20 lines of code where it gets all of the stuff individually and sets it individually. You could do that. It's like a very beginner thing to do. I don't think it'd hurt anything, but I don't. It's not really efficient. Like, it's just gonna make a lot more work for you to have to do. Especially if there's ever a point in your project where you need to do a redesign. You're going to have to do that all over again. That's another 20 lines of code you're going to have to edit or redo. But yeah, I think that one thing that new programmers, specifically in game design, I can't speak for other things, but specifically in game design, you really need to take into account redesigning, like when something bad happens and you need to redesign something, like your workflow, your process needs to be redesigned, like maybe the composition of a character and how that's going to affect how many nodes it has, and maybe how many collision nodes it has, how many scripts it would have or would have had. That's important, because like if you do it a certain way and you get halfway through your project, like you might get stuck doing it that way forever. Like you're screwed. Like it's going to be really tedious and time consuming.
Hi.
Do you have any more? Yeah, any more quests? What is this? Rifle. Whoa. Jog speed, sprint speed, damage to infected. Sprint cooldown, attack speed. Ammo capacity. I like the bullfrog more, to be honest. What is the damage on this? 4.5. Ah. 3. What ammo does it use? 556. That's cheaper, I think. 2. Texture 1. Texture 1. 6. Clip size 10. This has got a higher clip size, though. It looks really cool. So we'll go with this one. And the damage isn't
I'm
too
gonna die
big.
up there. I've got nothing.
Alright, so I guess he's good for now. I'm gonna go talk to this guy. I'm gonna steal from him. I guess there's more people here.
What are you after?
So we got Steven Donovan, fucking asshole. We got this fucking weirdo. Oh, there's a lot of people here. This is cool. Oh, it's just two goopers. I drink that. Oh, I got a wedgie. Ow. Oh, nice. This is cool. This is really good for new players. Get a backpack, which I already have. Man. Mine's actually better. So we gotta get some spices. You get some spices. God, I really wish I had a part-time job at walking distance. That'd be just amazing. I tried to do art commissions, but nobody's buying it. I fucked up. I put it on Reddit, and I didn't take into account my Reddit karma. I just wasn't thinking about it. I think that's why. Also, it's retro, so it's like a double whammy. That's whatever. I know. What was the quest? Oh, I gotta go to the hospital. Hell yeah. Oh, just anywhere. Okay, so we're gonna go to the hospital. So I kind of gonna do that. I'm low level. I needed the downhill. Wait, get some spices. I'm not sure what counts as a spice in this game. Is it just a material? I know there's like coffee grounds, but I don't think that counts. I don't know. I'm confused. Yeah, my sprint cooldown is garbage. Might be this building. This looks like a hospital. Nope, it's apartment. So it's probably in the front there. This must be it. This has to be. Getting real low on ammo. But this is a new gun, so that makes sense. Puzzle. Hey-ya! That's my wrist hurts. Oh yeah, another thing was, the immersive inventory system. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do that. It's gonna involve IKs most definitely. It's sort of fun to just click things on this puzzle. Damage versus bosses, find rare incoming damage crafting, and ammo capacity. Oh, this Sunstroke are too good. Those uniques are insane. I will probably not be able to replace those until at least level 40, and only if I get a really good unique, elite. A level 40 unique might be better, probably. Yeah, these gloves are going to be sticking. Unless I find something that gives me an insane amount of kick damage. Just because of the build. But I doubt it. Take that. How much money do I got? Nice. I sold something big. Oh, shit. I have 10 bullets in this. Oh, nice, more ammo. I switched to pistol. That's plenty. The other one makes a lot of noise. It's not too bad. I'm gonna pick that shit. Only character that picks up that kind of shit's my cop. This game is really addictive. I think its simplicity is what. It's just really straightforward. Also, you get like instant dopamine hits from the loot system. A lot of games and other MMOs, you can't really get any loot unless you do like a quest. You gotta do lots of hand-holdy shit. Like you can't just get out there and do stuff. Just like a process. See, there's not a lot of exceptions. I'd say one exception is Guild Wars. You can, even with half a skill bar, you could just explore, which is what I did. I was stuck in the so Guild Wars gets a pass. You could just go town to town, buy keys, and start looting. Not sure about Guild Wars 2. It's the quest system confuses me. I think it's there are no quest givers. It's just you find a quest and you do it on the spot that you found it, sorta. It's kind of like, I guess, like a Western Marches, but instead of teleporting back to the hub, you just can't continue. I don't know. That's a terrible example. That doesn't sound right. I don't know, Guild Wars 2 is weird. I only played it a little bit. I should play Guild Wars 1 tomorrow. I think I will. I've recorded like 2 hours of it. Maybe recorded some BDO. Guild Wars 2 is kicking my ass. Nightfall is really difficult. I don't know how Eye of the North is gonna be if fucking Nightfall is this hard. Eye of the North is probably gonna be even harder. So it's high level only. I don't know, I'll figure it out. It's all about build composition anyways. Once you make a good build and you pull your mobs correctly, usually that's how you win. There are some exceptions, but I wish it was more tactically based and not like Guild Wars has an over emphasis on build composition. Like your build is more important than most of the shit in the game, which it really annoys me. Which is probably why I haven't beat it after, even despite having all those hours. So a really good build, especially like a cheesy, broken meta build, could just trivialize Guild Wars 1. And depending on the area too, it's like some builds are designed for farming really strong enemies that you otherwise wouldn't be able to do without that build. Like the Warrior Monk build, where you just heal off of every hit. Alright, that's dead. Damn, 2 of them? I'm not sure where I'd get spice. Are there any, am I being attacked? No. Man, I wish you could see what was on the map. I can't because it's fucking, I'm playing it at different resolution. Damn it! Wait, what? Wait, I have a green question. What? That's weird. The outpost has a fucking green marker. We're gonna go over there. Not sure what that's all about. Is there a boss fight in here? Kinda wanna do a boss fight. Get some loot and get better gun. Bitch. Uh, 15, yeah. I need to change. I gotta, like, nodes of my thing. Another doctor's appointment. I forgot what time it was. Oh, everything itches. Also, I got a new scooter. That should help save adaptive money. I'm still in the green, but it sucks to lose, like, almost half my check every week. It's like 30%. Yeah, I'm losing like 30% of my check. Oh, rusty key. I almost forgot about that. Damn, my inventory's full of shit. Alright, well, we're gonna have to get out of here. Never mind. I'll finish this hallway loot room. That's about it. You little shit. Just healed too. So drink a soda and get a hot dog. Damn, candy? That's what it's not. This is honest. Oh, level up, nice. Regular mobs for the most part. damn, another water. Yes. Keep the veggies. I can make a stew at this rate. I forgot to put that on. Yeah, I even got the steak. Oh shit. I think I'll get survivor just to increase my inventory. More fucking worms. Never mind, I'm gonna heal. Head over here. So I got melee expert 5, kickboxing 4. I get kickboxing 5. Um. Really nothing to get rid of in here. I'll keep that. Sell this. This is only 14 bullets in here. Keep that and that and this. So I'm gonna switch to that just because I have more ammo and damage. I mean, there's a pretty big difference in damage, but whatever. It looks real cool. Oh wow. 3 damage, 3 damage. That one shoots faster. Health, attack speed, headshot damage, 6.78. Headshot damage. Wow, okay, that's garbage compared to my speed 6. We'll just sell it. Sell that. Need to eat more food. The veggies. Pick that up. 2 rares is pretty nice. I missed one door. I guess we'll yeah, I guess we'll check that. For OCT completion purposes of this floor. There's a door in here I missed, apparently. Alright, that's nice. And spray, not particularly useful, but not bad either. I'm just gonna leave the spray. You know what? I fucked 2. Damage is already done. I go back in. Yeah, let's go back to wherever it's at. Damn, I'm lucky. Yeah, I think I'll get Survivor, get my base inventory up a little bit. This is not my looter character. so I'm not doing anything stupid. He's gonna be all movement speed, search speed, and that's about it. He doesn't really fight. Dodge speed, sneak, lockpick, like everything. Literally a stealth character. Give him pistols. I probably have enough points for pistols. And this big print is dope. I like that. It's crazy. Ow. Keep something. Wow, you know, we're just not even gonna talk about it. Raccoon Co. Express. Oh, oh shit, I'm in PFF ever. Alright. I guess we'll hand in missions. Nice. Sell some shit.
You'll die in here, along with the rest of us.
Get that money. Actually, I need that. We'll put that. I should have put that in the car in the first place. We make 1, 2 boosters. Put them in my box. So this. Car, put that in the box. Also put this in your car. That's storage. So anybody, you know. 20, but 64. Son of a bitch. 78. I hate you. Oh my god. Why is this so expensive? Who is buying all of this ammo? Is they trying to like outprice the noobs or something? What would you need this much ammo for? There we go. Now you buy this shit. Steak. Bean. Soup. Veg. Go. One, two, three, four. Yeah, that's all the stat stacks. Except panic. Because I need the inventory space. Alright, let's get my car. Actually, somebody here I need to talk to.
What you after? What can I do for you?
Help will come, right?
Hey,
You think you can survive out there?
Can I just make spaces? Guess we'll do the hotel. Welcoming retreat apartments. Renaissance leaf. This is apartments though. Is that the same thing as a hotel? I don't think it is. We'll go here. We'll do Vincent Lodge. Good. I need to buy kick gear. I got plenty of money. Kick damage. I don't know. I guess I won't worry about it. It's more like an in-game goal for this character. I don't really want to spoil it just yet. Every 3 attacks I can kick. I need that to be way faster. I want it to be like swing kick, or at the very least swing kick. And nice, be nice if I could punch. I really just want to kick and punch, man. Fucking karate, kung fu, these motherfuckers. Get a katana. Kill Bill it. That's funny. I'm tired. Cool, it's right next to it. Nice. Yeah. Oh, pukage. Damn, so I kick damage. And kick cooldown. What does this do? Jog speed, don't care. Walk speed, don't care. Sprint cooldown, don't care. Kick knockback, don't care. Sprint duration, don't. Yeah, we'll use these. Just because the cooldown. There's more kick damage and the cooldown. I can sell this for the money. All the other benefits aren't that big of a deal. Bam, I do more damage. And I do it faster. Give them. Oh god, my knee. Not in the game, but in real life. Oh god, my knee. Oh. I'll tell you, I was just talking about getting stuff. I really hope that counts as melee damage. Actually, I can find out on the thing. Test it. So you can stat breakdown. So take these gloves off. Hopefully I won't get taxed. Go full stats. Actually, close the inventory out just in case. Refresh it. So kick damage 3.666. Or dang. So it has to be. So in order to get my kick damage up, it's gotta be specifically kick damage. Let's make sure that's working. We'll take that boost off. 3.2. Yep. And that's gonna be a lot harder to deal with. Man. Well, that's done. Normally I'd loot it because it's small, but I kinda need to do this. Yeah, this. Ow! I really wish the weather patterns made more sense in this game. Instead of just like a random percent chance for all seasons, it should be based around real life uh, seasons. That'd be pretty cool. Woo! Oh, the 3.66 damage ain't bad. It's almost as much as my bats damage. Yeah, it's more. I do more damage. Wow. The base. Jeez, this could take any fucking longer. Goddamn. No, we're just gonna. Be more satisfying like a ton. But I don't think I can use it until at least. I fucking hate the worms. Can't kick this fucking head off. Damn, that's ridiculous. Isn't there like a loot room? It's right there, just gonna show up. Yeah, the kick is really good for low level. Oh my god. Like if you're doing low level melee, or if you're making a melee character, and you also get kick, it's pretty good. Gives you that extra bit of damage. And stun power. Yeah. It's 3.66. It's like double the damage of any Dalbo shit. Unless there's some like unique, or there's probably an elite you can get that'd be stronger. Maybe, and probably a unique too, but I don't know, I wouldn't know. Most of the stuff, the base damage is going to be lower than 3.66. Maybe worth selling, I don't know. It's all stinky and foggy. Gross. I'm surprised I didn't one shot. Alright, so that quest should be done. Yep. No spices. Nothing, anything. I guess let's go to here, let's go to Torrance household. It's possible the spices are in that particular point. Inventory tag. Maybe it's in here. We'll check it out. Accidentally clicked when I was reading his dialogue. I don't know. I only read like half. Jesus, fiber optic? What the fuck? Holy shit, this place is dangerous. Oh, level 50. Oh my god! What is up with this place? I was just dicking around and fucking this is like level 50. 60, rather. There's so many bad guys. Holy shit, there's a fiber optic. Oh my god. This is hell horrible. Dude, oh my god, any low level coming in here, they're terrified. Jesus. We're going to get the big gun. Oh, how many hits? Okay, Jesus. Oh my god, holy shit. What was that? Holy dog shit. That place is dangerous.
What do you want? What's the use?
Level up. It's a survivor. Incoming damage. That's not. So many more kick. Quick shot 2. Let's go load up my car. None of these have kick cooldown. Yeah, those are garbage. I think I'll end it here. I'm tired as fuck.